Good morning and happy Monday. It is going to be a hot one here in southeastern Massachusetts. Did put my AC in yesterday in preparation for this week. It's supposed to be hot all week. I tried to hold off on putting the AC in to the last minute because I do like the breeze. And I can usually take the heat pretty good, but it's really sticky. Yesterday was kind of sticky, and the night before I did have a little bit tough time sleeping. I mean, I do have a fan, but anyway, I wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about the audible that I've been listening to, and I've mentioned before, Chasing the Scream. And it's kind of interesting learning about the war on drugs. And in this segment that I was listening to, it talked about how the war on drugs isn't really, at the beginning of the book, he talked a lot about it, racial profiling, and how a lot of African Americans are, I don't want to say victims of the war on drugs, but they are profiled, but the way he's mentioning what he's talking about in this segment that the past couple of chapters I've been listening to, he's actually been saying that it's not so much a war against Black Americans or even Spanish Americans. It's more of a economic profiling. So I guess what they have found was that first of all, the police department gets a lot of money from making drug busts, right? So that the money that they confiscate and whatnot goes into their budget, that goes into their paying for their overtime, paying for their health care, what have you. So it is vital for their success, I guess, to make these drug busts. So they're kind of motivated, let's say, to make these busts. And what they have found was that you can't go after the people that have money or connections. They pay their ways out of it, or they call somebody, or they make waves. And if your department is the one busting these people of that are affluent, then they're probably going to make it difficult for you to get the monies that you need for your department, for your precinct. So they have found that they have to go after the weakest link. They have to go after the ones that don't have connections, that don't have the money. And unfortunately for America, it's predominantly Black Americans and Spanish Americans. So not so much racial profiling as it is economic profiling, and it just so happens that it coincides. So and he talked a lot about a lot of the people in the police force that are not racist, that are not and then they kind of have to they have to just focus on what they need to do to get the numbers and not look at the big picture. And he's talked also about some of them that couldn't not look at the big picture, and how that's affected them, and how they they're the ones that are bringing light to the situation. Not that it's doing much any good, but I think the point of it is that we should learn from the prohibition of alcohol, and recognize that making these substances illegal promotes violence, promotes the homicide rates go up. And that was the other thing he pointed out. He said that the more you arrest rapists, the amount of rapes go down. The more you arrest robbers, the theft goes down. But he said the more that you arrest drug dealers, the homicide rate goes up. And, you know, he says that what happens is that you bust the leaders, you bust the drug dealers. Now there's, you know, people fighting over territory. There's people fighting over control. And ultimately, a lot of times, people get killed in the process. So the war on drugs is actually feeding the fire. And it's just very interesting. I'm not preaching. I'm not saying what the solution is, because I don't know. I'm just getting some education around it and just finding it really interesting, and just thought I'd share it with you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have a marvelous Monday. I hope you remember to let the people that you love know that you love them. Stay blessed. If you like my videos, hit the subscribe button. You can check out more on YouTube under Doreen Cunha. I've got some stuff on Instagram as well as Facebook under Recovery Enthusiast, and a lot of great stuff on my website, www.recoveryenthusiast.com. So until next time, guys, live your life enthusiastically.